So I broke down and I got this Evolution cold cut saw. Now the one I got is the S355 CPSL, which is the 14-inch metal cutting chop saw with stamped steel base. Oh, nice! Now I bought this off Amazon for about $379. Evolution did not send this to me. They did not pay me. I'm not endorsed in any way. It seemed like every YouTuber I ever watch has this Evolution saw, so I don't know if they give it out to a lot of people as their marketing strategy. It got me, but I saved up and I bought it. It's got two main issues. These little chips everywhere. They are all over my shop. You can see where all the chips land, kind of the back area here. And there's a pretty good density of it out to about 16 inches there. Now, past that, you can see there's quite a few that collect in some of these other places where it'll get stopped by an edge. And then let me show you this. This is what I really don't like. I put the end of the tape measure way over there. We are at 110 inches right here. So that's about 9 feet away from the saw. And you can actually see there's about, I'd say about 10 pieces every 2 square inches. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 22, 23. So 23, that was about a 2-inch square area right there. So it's throwing chips 9 feet away and you have about 10 pieces in a 2-inch square area. If you want to keep your shop clean and you use this, you are going to have to clean almost your entire shop afterwards to get rid of all the chips. So the cleanliness factor of using this saw is not very good. It's very inconvenient and you have to do a lot of cleanup.
I can't hear! I can't hear!
Now the other horrible thing about this saw is how loud it is. So I have to use earmuffs every single time I use it and it's still pretty loud. Kind of inconvenient and I can't really have anybody in my shop while I'm using it because it's super annoying and it may hurt their ears as well. So when my son's trying to play in the shop, I have to send him outside and it's not real convenient. So 2 big issues. 1, the saw is extremely loud. 2, it throws those chips everywhere. Now there's a couple of really awesome things about this saw. The first biggest thing that I like is the quality of the cuts. So I just got done with this 4-inch square tubing and the cuts are so smooth and just precise. There's a little bit of cleanup I'm gonna have to do just on the edge a little bit, but I have this cleanup tool that I can use to just run over that edge and it cleans it up pretty nicely. So it's a quick cleanup and it's not a lot of added time to cutting steel. So cut quality, awesome. The other thing that I love about this is the size of the chips. Not the cleanliness, but the size of the chips. When I'm using this saw, there's really no indication that I need to be wearing a respirator. I don't smell any of that dust. The air doesn't look dusty at all. When typically when you're using an abrasive saw, this is absolutely a must to wear your respirator.
Luke, I am your father.
This is a hassle and I have to use it enough when I'm welding or grinding. With this saw, I don't. Go ahead and leave a comment if you think I still should, but I'm gonna ignore it. The other thing I love so far is all of the angles that I've used the presets for. Your degree numbers that are down here on the guide. So 45, 15, 10. It seems like those values are pretty spot on with how this guide fits up to this blade. I had to move from that first hole to the second hole to be able to cut the angles on this 4-inch tubing. And then to cut a 45 degree on 2-inch tubing, I had to go to that second hole as well. It gives you your Allen key here, which can be used for all the adjustments as well as the blade replacement install. So that's convenient. And you have pretty much everything you need right here. Now I don't have a dedicated table for this. And it is about 50 pounds. So it's quite heavy to move around. I think what I'm going to do in the future is build a table that this stays on and the table can roll around, and I can put the pieces that I'm cutting onto the table. Would I do it again? To really know the answer to that question, I would need to test out a cheaper one, maybe from Vivor or a company like that that's from China, and it makes some really cheap stuff. But the build quality of this seems to be very, very good, and hopefully it lasts me a long time. It seems to last all the YouTubers a long time, so I'm trying to be a YouTuber too, so hopefully it lasts me long. Let me know what you think. If you have one, and you have any special suggestions or comments about this Evolution 14-inch cold cut saw, leave a comment below and let me know. Otherwise, adios.